In this video, I'll show you how to use the online custom financial reporter program. In the previous video, we showed you how to connect to the QuickBooks Online company. And for purposes of this video, we've connected to my test company, which is the Irvin Test Company 1. We'll be doing financial statements for the month and year to date, June 30, 2014, with comparison to month and year to date, 2013. On row 3, it says click it right to export the data from QuickBooks Online. We'll click that button, and you can see down at the bottom of the screen it's exporting the different trial balances that it needs to create the financial statements for those periods. On row 3, it says view raw data. This is optional. This is just a quick check to see if you've got data and it looks like the data that you want to use. I'll click that, and it shows the balance sheets and some profit and loss in a summarized raw fashion. This is not intended to be financial statements. This is just a quick verification that you've got the data that you want to work with. So we'll close this. Row 4 says use the browse button below to locate the Excel file containing the financial statement formats to be used. We include a sample Excel workbook with several financial statements within that workbook that you can use, customize as needed. I've already browsed to that on row 5, so I'll go to row 6. It says click it right to transfer the exported data to the Excel workbook. I'll click the Update Excel button. Now that it's transferred data from this program into Excel. On row 7, gives you the opportunity to open Excel. And it'll open the Excel up, and it opens up onto the trial balance worksheet. You won't be able to see these because these tabs are at the bottom of the screen below what you're seeing, but there's a couple of worksheets at the very beginning of this workbook. The first one's variables, the second one is trial balance. Those are the only two worksheets that the online custom financial reporter uses. The rest of the worksheets in this workbook are for you to use to create whatever kind of financial statements that you want to create. Now, this sample gives you some a balance sheet for assets, for liabilities, profit and loss, and that sort of thing. Now, let's look at the asset balance sheet, or the asset side of the balance sheet, and you can see it has a company name at the top, the date range, those are added automatically. It doesn't have any amounts in the 2014 and 2013 column yet. Now, the way we add amounts is we have named these rows. You can assign any arbitrary name that you want to a row. We've identified this row as cash, and to get our amounts to appear on this row, we go back to the trial balance sheet, and for the accounts that should appear on the cash row in the balance sheet, we just type cash, and we'll type cash here, and then we'll go back to the balance sheet, and the amounts that are supposed to be in that row are there. Now, this is a one-time thing that you do, because once you've saved names for all of these rows, the program keeps those. You don't have to retype those in every time you use the program. So I'm going to stop the program, fill in all of these row names, and be right back with you. I have completed assigning row names to all of the accounts in the chart of accounts. These row names match a name on the financial statements. So now we have balancing balance sheets and profit and loss numbers, and they're all filled in based on the name in this column A matching with the name we've assigned to those accounts on the trial balance sheet. For assets, we've got a total of 42,819 this year and 42,004 last year. We've got liabilities, 42,819, 42,004. And now note that if you change the date range that you transfer to this file, all of these numbers will automatically change. Notice that the current earnings, 2409 and 2282. So if I look at the profit and loss statement, 2409, 2282, we give you a cash flow sample. And let me roll over here just a little bit. It shows net income, the various changes to the balance sheet accounts, and the ending cash 7205 and 4204, and those should match with our balance sheet 7205 and 4204. We also give you a cover sheet and a report that integrates your name and the company name, and the formula at the top of the page shows you how that works. There's also a page where you can just simply list the different tabs, Excel tabs that you want to print, and then click one button and it will print all of those pages at one time, so you don't have to print the pages individually. Now I'm going to exit this program, or exit Excel. It'll ask me if I want to save, and I'll say yes. And then there's another question box. It says, do you want to save the financial statement row name assignments? And then it says exit Excel before clicking yes or no. And we've exited Excel, so we'll go ahead and click yes. And what that step does is it saves these row name assignments. In other words, it shows the company name on the left, it shows the account full name, and then it shows the name that we've assigned to those rows. And what that allows us to do is the next time we transfer data to Excel, we won't have to go in and identify each account and match it with the financial statement row. That completes the demonstration of the online custom financial reporter.